So on September 12, OpenAI released another model called OpenAI o1-preview. So this is not what the world was expecting from OpenAI because there were already rumors of something else called Strawberry. But we got o1-preview. It is like GPT-4o with improved reasoning abilities.
The first example I have is very simple. This just counting the letter R's in a word strawberry. So let's start with the traditional, like existing model GPT-4o. So as you can see, the model fails on this. There are 3 R's, but the model says there are only 2 R's. So why does this advanced model like GPT-4o makes such a simple mistake? That's because models like this are built to process the text, not with the characters or words. It's somewhere between, sometimes called a subword. So if we ask the question to a model a question that involves understanding the notion of characters and words, the model can really just make mistakes because it's not really built for that. So now let's go on to our new model and type in the same problem. This is an o1-preview, which is a reasoning model. So unlike the GPT-4o, it starts thinking about this problem before outputting the answer. And now it outputs the answer. There are 3 R's in the word strawberry. So that's the correct answer. And this example shows that even for seemingly unrelated counting problem, having a reasoning built in can help avoiding the mistakes, because it can maybe look at its own output and review it and just be more careful and so on.
It is now better at thinking more like a person would. It is also as good as a PhD student on challenging benchmark tasks in physics, chemistry, and biology. Previously, GPT-4o was able to solve only 13% problem at International Mathematics Olympiad, but the newer O1 can solve 83% of those problems, making it 70% better than GPT-4o. Its coding abilities scores has also reached 89%.
I want to show an example of a coding prompt that o1-preview is able to do, but previous models might struggle with. And the coding prompt is to write the code for a very simple video game called Squirrel Finder. And the reason o1-preview is better at doing prompts like this is when it wants to write a piece of code, it thinks before giving the final answer. So it can use the thinking process to plan out the structure of the code, make sure it fits the constraints. So let's try pasting this in. And to give a brief overview of the prompt, the game Squirrel Finder basically has a koala that you can move using the arrow keys. Strawberries spawn every second and they bounce around, and you want to avoid the strawberries. After 3 seconds, a squirrel icon comes up, and you want to find the squirrel to win. And there are a few other instructions, like putting OpenAI in the game screen and displaying instructions before the game starts, etc. So first you can see that the model thought for 21 seconds before giving the final answer. And you can see that during its thinking process, it is gathering details on the game's layout, mapping out the instructions, setting up the screen, etc. And so here's the code that it gave, and I will paste it into a window, and we'll see if it works. So you've seen there's instructions, and let's try to play the game. Oh, the squirrel came very quickly. But, oops, this time I was hit by a strawberry. Let's try again. You can see that the strawberries are appearing, and let's see if I can win by finding the squirrel. Looks like I won.
This is an early model, so it doesn't have features like web browsing and uploading files and images. And this model is also more secure than GPT-4o, claiming while GPT-4o scored only 22 out of 0 to 100 scale, o1 scored 84%, making it a bit tricky to jailbreak. Here are some of the use case scenarios.
This is a case of excruciating pain in their bladder. We can't figure out why. So I can go here and say, can you tell me about citrate synthase? And it tells me that it is expressed in the bladder and it could potentially be related to bladder health. So the decreased citrate synthase activity, oh, this is really smart because I don't know from this variant if it's like knocking down activity or causing too much activity. It's actually really hard to figure that out sometimes. And so it gives both options. So I can think about both ways that it could be going. That's actually really cool. I go down a lot of rabbit holes that do not yield anything useful, and being able to increase the percentage of rabbit hole to useful information is killer. There's a level of obsession that all of us have. I think we also have the cases that keep us up at night where, you know, we really can't figure out why we can't figure it out. No case is ever closed.
What did it do? Who are you? Oh wow, who are you? Very big question. I'm Mario Krenn. I'm a quantum physicist. So quantum physics is the study of the smallest particles. I want to understand how the world works. Here I would ask a question about the application of a certain quantum operator, which I know previous models like GPT-4 would very likely fail in this task. But here, in contrast to answers from GPT-4, this one gives me very detailed mathematics. This is correct. That makes sense. Here, I think it tries to do something incredibly difficult. The really interesting thing is, how does the world work? But if you know how the world works, it helps you potentially to build new technologies.
Yeah, let's maybe demo a game, right? Can we like implement like a small game on HTML? What game do you like the most?
Let's go old school, Snake.
Oh, nice. Snake is a brilliant choice. Okay, let's try it out, shall we? Let's implement the snake, which is HTML, JS, CSS. Maybe let's use WASD to control the snake. Let's hit enter. All right. So, wow, the model gives us a really long implementation of the snake game. Let's see how it goes.
Can you describe to me what it's doing?
So it basically thinks through like how we design the game, how to design the canvas, how to design the grid, and how to implement the different logic of this snake game. Let's copy the code, and let's put it in HTML, and let's see what's this snake game. Okay, we have a snake game. It says press spacebar to start or restart, use WASD to control. Okay, we have this little green snake, and it tries to eat this red apple, I assume. Okay, let's make it more spicy.
Let's make it harder.
Yeah, let's make it harder. What are the options in your mind?
Can you put in some obstacles?
Oh, that's a brilliant choice, right? The snake game should have some obstacles. Do you have any design choice you want to make in the obstacles?
Maybe make the obstacles the letters AI.
Oh, that's nice. Let's see. Tell this model to add some obstacles, and they should form the letter AI. Right now the model is thinking, and it returns us a new implementation that tries to further implement AI into the grid. All right, and then after outputting the code, it also gives us like a description of what are the changes or the enhancements, and let's see whether the code works. All right, now it actually looks like a giant AI on the screen, and they are all the obstacles. So it's really cool, right?
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's a very exciting and smart model. And as you see, that the model really tries to see or try to think about all the instructions I give to the model, and tries to follow instructions and try to correct its own errors.
Currently, this model is only available for Plus and Team users. As for its future update, soon they will be adding its missing features like web browsing, image and file upload, and other features which will make it more user friendly. So, this is what OpenAI O1 preview was, just GPT-4o with improved reasoning capabilities. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.